Okay, so I've gotten loosened up a little bit and thought, okay, I'll just turn the camera back on and try to film a little bit more of my process in making these tags. So um, I made a few of these in the last video. And then once I turned that off, I guess maybe I was feeling a little camera shy or something, but I decided, okay, I'm gonna turn all of these, I'm gonna embellish all of those. So these large tags. So after I turned the camera off, I did kind of get going, and so I put together some more of this large size, and just show you what I've done since then. I'm not sure if you guys can see this very well. See, I went crazy. I am determined to try to use up this box of these flowers. So there's one that I layered and then painted this morning. See, I did a lot. I got to remember to keep an eye on the screen while I do this. And these are all pretty flat, so I can definitely use these in like the front pocket of some of the journals, that kind of stuff. So yeah, so I don't know, got 8 or 10 done. So I thought I'd just keep going. Use a piece of lace on the top of, in the, this one. And I'm just kind of digging through and finding little bits that I want to use. I'm really loving this this fabric. I was wondering, I was going to ask you guys, do you ever, like, when you're, I don't know, making a junk journal or just looking through a junk journal, do you ever, like, think about it in terms of, like, if this was really an actual, like, book that some lady back in the day, kept, and these were like little pieces of memories that she has to kind of remember significant moments in her life and things like that, kind of like, like we use like a baby book or something like that. I kind of do that. Like, I try to think up like a little story that might, go along with the piece, like this little tag, like, maybe that was a piece of a dress that she used to wear, or something like that. I don't know, just my imagination, and I'm determined to use these postage stamps, so I'm sticking postage stamps on everything. I don't necessarily have to use all those flowers today, but I definitely want to use a lot of them. I had them put away, and I just pulled them out. Last night I was looking at something else, and I found them. So anyway, I need to use them. See, I like these thicker flowers, but I don't want it to be so thick. Because then I won't use it. I mean, I could always use it on the cover of a book, but I have tons of those already. So my goal is to make really pretty tags that can go in pockets inside junk journals and not, increase the bulk so much. So I thought I would take a piece of this, and if that'll work. Wait. Okay, I'll try it from the other end. I'm trying to rip it down the center so I can use it as a string. There we go. And I'll just leave the strings on there. You know, I mean, I pull some of them off sometimes, but I'm just going to leave them on there. And however they kind of land is where they'll stay. Let's see if this will work. I like it when things just kind of wind up however, you know, however they land, you know. And, you know, the whole thing about a junk journal kind of goes back to what I was talking about earlier. Like, you know, it's almost like how scrapbooking sort of got started, I guess is what I'm thinking of. Like, how, I don't know, like I've found some really old scrapbooks at vintage shops or thrift stores and things like that, like where, you know, it's mostly just articles, like newspaper clippings and some photographs and things like that. But, you know, I've found them like old scrapbooks that, you know, people would keep for memories. And, you know, I found recipes in them and, you know, just all kinds of things that are just from someone's life. And I sort of approach junk journals in that kind of way. Like, I want to kind of get across that it's a collection of memories. I don't know. It sounds corny when I say it, but that's sort of what I have going in my head. Like, you know, like these little tickets and things like that. Like, you know, maybe this is from a trip that they took at, you know, one point, or I don't know. Maybe that's silly, but that's just the way I look at it. That's the feeling that I want people to get when they look, when they go through my journals, basically. That's sort of the feeling I want them to have. Like, I don't want these books to be so decorated and, you know, outrageously over embellished. You know, I try not to over embellish things, that they so that they look realistic. You know, like that could be somebody's actual book that they put together. And then, especially for somebody who actually journals and you know, uses these books as like a diary or whatever, then I think that comes across even more. So, just looking for a brad to put in the center of that. I really love these. I really love these brads that have the jump ring on them. I could go crazy and put one of those on there and then hang some charms and stuff from it, but I'm trying to keep this thin enough to insert in a pocket. That's how stuff always winds up getting too thick, is I go, oh, that would be so cute on there. Oh, that'd be really pretty on there. See, like, I think this needs just a little tiny bit of this white fabric coming through there. This black paper is from that old photo album that I talked about before. You can actually see a little bit of writing on there from inside the book. Whoever, you know, had put the book together, they actually wrote on each page under the picture, you know, who the picture was and that kind of thing. There was some neat pictures in there, like of you know, like the dog and stuff like that. It's from my mom's father's family. Yeah, I've got 5 of these left. So I'm going to try to do those. Let's see. The bag of string. Oh. I needed some black. Oh, I hate opening these kinds of things. You know what I wind up doing is just cutting it. Can't find the end. Oh, forget it. Okay. This will work. I'm kind of in this like black and white and gold color thing in my head lately. I don't know why. Yeah, I thought that first video, I watched it, so I guess I kind of realized that it didn't really go too much into the actual process or what I'm actually doing. So maybe somebody finds that interesting. I hope so. I always find myself going to the right side, and then I get tired of that, and I realize, oh, I'm doing too many on the right. I gotta go do some on the left. Like, it's not fair to the left or to the right or whatever. You know what I mean. See, like, every time I pull something out that's like a color, I feel like it doesn't look right. Because I'm into these, like, you know, taupe and beige and coffee dyed and that kind of thing. Postage stamps. I literally just pull them out sometimes and stick them on however they land. That's what I do. Okay, and this needs... There. I would use my, like, a regular, like, hole punch, except for it's back there in a drawer, and I can't open the drawer at the moment. I'm gonna put one of these up. See, I got all these brads last night at Michael's. Oh, wait, let me use one of these little white ones. Or black one. So you can't really see the postage stamps now, but that's okay. We know they're in there. There. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Just a few more to go. Use another piece of this. So yeah, definitely let me know if you think this is interesting, or what your thoughts are, or if you have questions about anything that I'm doing or whatever. Happy to communicate. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm liking the black and white, gold, red kind of color scheme for some reason. I don't usually do that. Usually I'm kind of all over the place with colors, but well, oops. I always think it would be fun to do like a kind of a tour or whatever of my space, but I don't know, maybe nobody would really be interested in that, but you'd have to come over maybe. That could be fun. Come over and oh, you know what? No, I don't know where I put them. I did all these little... here's my box that has all the pictures in it. Nope. I hate that. Okay. Looks like it's going to be tea bag. And lace. I like that one. Still not too thick. It is a little bit, but it's not too bad. Alright. Maybe some, just thinking some rickrack in there. Oh, here. Gold thread. It's almost Christmas. I'm trying not to think about it, but I go to craft store and that's all you can see is Christmas now. Oops. Oops. I don't have anything against Christmas. It's just that I'm not ready for that yet. Last year, I made Christmas cards for my son to give to all of his clients. He's an insurance agent, and so I made, I don't know, I think I made like 500 Christmas cards for him. That was pretty fun. I got actually a lot of that done at work. Just making different elements. So I'm just taking a little bit of each one of those different metallic threads, kind of putting them all together to make one piece to put through here. There, I like that. That looks very Christmassy though. I guess that's okay. I've got one more of these that I need to use. Yeah, I'm going to staple it and then put a button in the center. And then I think I'm going to wrap it up. I think you guys have entertained me long enough today. Well, that's pretty. There we go. I like that. That one's pretty thick, but oh well, that's okay. Alright, you guys. So, in the matter of about an hour, probably about an hour, I got all these tags done. So I'm probably going to keep going and crank out another another 50 or so. Anyway, wish me luck. All right, you guys. Thanks for watching. Take care.